All right, good morning, or good evening, or good night, wherever you might be. I am happy to be here. We're doing another live. We're going to do some energy healing. We're going to talk about intuitive guidance, and we're going to get everyone nice and clear so they can receive some intuitive guidance. So happy to be here and happy to have all of you here with me today. Um, so, for anyone new, my name is Laura Rose. I am an intuitive um, energy healer. I'm a channel, writer, and Reiki master. And my goal is to raise the vibration of the planet by assisting all of you with raising your vibration, assisting all of you with um, meeting, being able to connect to your intuition, being able to connect to your spirit guides and helpers. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you learn how to do this so that you will feel your absolute best. I've learned in my journey, there was so much suffering early on in my journey, and I've learned that the greatest gift I can give to the planet is to feel my absolute best and use that to then turn around and help others to feel their absolute best. So I'm happy to be here and happy to have all of you here. So if there's anyone new, please feel free to comment in the chat if you're new. If anyone wants to share where they're from, please, by all means, share where you're from. I'm over here right now in the Smoky Mountains area of North Carolina. We have a lot of rain right now. I didn't realize until I moved out here that the Smoky Mountain area is actually considered a rainforest. So I didn't know until I moved out here that there's rain somewhere almost every single day. So I'm a big hiker. I love hiking and camping and being outside, and I don't go anywhere without a rain jacket and rain pants. So I'm always ready for rain. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you all, where you're from, where you're tuning in from. And Carrie's from Utah. I love Utah. I love Utah. It's fun to visit there. The terrain is so different. I'm also someone who does a lot of photography, and I love photographing, plants and just all the different things that are out there. And so I love seeing different terrain. But Utah is very beautiful. Hi, Tina from Florida. I also love Florida. A year ago, I spent a lot of time I shouldn't say a lot of time. I spent a month, not a month, I'm sorry, a week in Florida, down in the Everglades area, just exploring the Everglades and hiking and photographing. It was amazing because it was January, considered winter, but there was still so much plant life and things like that to see. All right, perfect. Hi, Tim. All right, awesome. So today our focus is on intuition. We're going to be using Reiki help clear, balance the mind and body and spirit. And I'm going to talk a little bit about intuition before we dive into it. And then we're going to create some space so that if you get some intuitive messages, there's going to be space in there for you to journal and write down some messages that you get. Leanne is from United Kingdom. I have not spent hardly any time outside of the United States, which is something I have been manifesting and planning to change. I would love to see the rest of the world. I've spent a little bit of time in Canada and a little bit of time in Mexico, but I've really not left the United States. So planning to do all that. Oh, Chastity's from North Carolina too. So am I. Well, I'm not from North Carolina. I'm living in North Carolina right now. All right, perfect. So we have a couple of workshops. There's one tomorrow. The one tomorrow is I call Shift Your Energy, Shift Your Life. And I use that hour to teach on a topic, something that I've learned that has helped change my energy and for the better. And I teach on a topic for the first half of it. And then the second half is actually an energy clearing, where I go through all the energy centers, I clear all the chakras, we ground, we cut cords, and we use the whole hour to give you tips so that you can feel your absolute best. And then we use energy clearing to assist you even more with your journey. So there is a workshop tomorrow. It's only $11.11 to attend. And it's been really fun to do this. I've been doing them since October, and it's really fun. There's a whole chunk of people that attend every single month. It's fun. They find it rewarding. I'm getting feedback on how the teaching plus the energy healing is helping them to feel better, to align with better. It's opening up their ability to receive more intuitive guidance. There's a lot of positive things that are happening. So that's tomorrow from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on March 24th, I have another workshop I'm doing that's about intuition. And so today we're going to talk about it very briefly, about intuition, and we're going to do a little meditation to help you with accessing your intuition. But on the 24th, we'll be spending the whole hour talking about it. We're going to talk about ways to improve. How do we trust our own intuition? How do we know that's our intuitive voice versus our brain talking? Talk about and practice. We're going to practice together on how to do intuitive writing. How do we connect and receive guidance through our writings? And the whole point is just to teach you how to tap into that inner guru that you already hold within, your own inner spirit, and how to just allow that part of you to guide you more fully through life, instead of the brain using your inner spirit to do that. So we'll be doing that on the 24th. Both workshops are recorded. I get that question asked a lot. Both are recorded. So anyone who registers, they get the recording afterwards. And with the energy, including these lives, if somebody watches the live later, the Reiki energy healing is not confined by time or space, which is why I can be in North Carolina and we have people here from the United Kingdom. You can still receive that energy, whether it's doing the live with me or if it's, 5 days later and you watch the video then. So the workshops are recorded. Anyone who registers, they receive the recording. And it's okay if you can't attend live. You can receive the recording. You can receive the energy, even if you watch it later. It's very, 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 very cool how that works. So both of the workshops, you can check them out. They're on sacredsoul444.com. One is under Shift and one is under Sacred Sunday. So if you click on those tabs, you'll see the different workshops. And the next Facebook and YouTube live is going to be March 9th. No, I'm sorry, not March 9th. It'll be, I put the wrong date in there because today is March 9th. It's going to be April 6th. So sorry about that. It'll be April 6th. So if you enjoy doing these lives with me, by all means, plan on jumping in on April. Chastity says Wilmington. Wilmington, is that close to the coast? I haven't lived in North Carolina very long, but if it is, I think I was there last weekend. I went through Wilmington and spent some time there on the coast. So I think I went through Wilmington just last weekend. All right. And let's talk a little bit about intuition. So we're going to do this Reiki, and the intention of the Reiki is to just open up those pathways so that you can access and receive intuitive guidance. Okay. Now, when it comes to intuitive information, the most important thing that I have learned is that intuition comes in lots of different ways. When I was first learning to tap into my intuition, I kept expecting, a voice to come in that I would clearly recognize as not my own. And I just kept waiting for this very clear understanding of information that was coming in that didn't sound like me. And I do understand that for some people it is that way. However, I think for most of us, that voice that comes in, it sounds just like us, right? It doesn't sound really any different. So when we're receiving intuitive information, what I have learned is that it can come in lots of different ways. And a lot of it has to do with what your intuitive ability is. We are all intuitive. And if you are someone who's clairvoyant, for example, which means clear seeing, when an intuitive message comes in, it might come into you like in visions. And then I'm clairvoyant, but I'm also clairsentient. And clairsentience tends to be my strongest, which is clear feeling. So when I get a message, it's more like a feeling or a knowing. It'll just be there, and I understand. There's also claircognizance, which just feels like information being dropped in, and you just have it, right? So we're all different, and when we access our intuition, and we're working through working to understand our intuition, it can come in different ways. So I'm saying this because when we go into the Reiki piece of it, I want you to be open and not do what I used to do, which was wait for a voice to come in and just clearly give me information. Be open. For me anyway, it's a very subtle voice. Usually it's not loud. It's very subtle. It'll be very neutral. It's not, it's not going to be like super feeling or anything. It's just going to be a very neutral voice that comes in and just gives you a message. And so my hope is that everybody gets a beautiful message today. Looking at the chat really quick. Chastity, right on the beach. Yes. Okay. Yes. That's where I was. I was thinking that I drove right through there. It is very beautiful over there. I love any of the Outer Banks area. Before I moved to North Carolina, I love the Outer Banks. It's not, I guess, as hot, and it's not as people-y, and it was a perfect time to visit because there wasn't a lot of people. Minnesota. Jessica. That's a good way of saying it. Yes, thank you, Jessica. Jessica says, intuition is repetitive without being anxious. Yes, you'll get the same message. Yes, there's no feeling to it. Like our brain will kind of inject anxiety, for example. So you'll feel anxious and you'll go, is this an intuitive message? Oh my goodness, am I being guided? And you'll feel anxious. And Jessica's completely right. There's nothing there. It's just like a fact, like the sky is blue. There's nothing more to it there. It's just information. So perfect. Wonderful. South Dakota is very beautiful too. Michigan, Minnesota, all beautiful places. Wonderful. So let's get started on our Reiki and journaling. So I would encourage you to have a journal nearby, but a phone works. The notebook of the phone works, or you can, if you want to, you could just receive the information and not write anything down. I love to journal things. I find that when I receive a channeled message, it's very clear right then. And then it's almost like I integrate it, and then it just kind of moves on, I guess, if that makes sense. So I find it very helpful to write them down and then go back to them later to help me integrate it. So, and again, what we'll do for anyone who's just hopping on, we are going to use Reiki to help clear those channels so that you can receive intuitive messages. The whole intention is to connect you with your higher self and to receive a message. There's lots of ways to receive messages. So go ahead and just relax. For this type of thing, I would recommend sitting up, having, your journal or your cell phone nearby if you want to type in your message. But I would recommend that you're sitting up right now, and just get comfortable and relax. And you can go ahead and close your eyes if you feel called. And I always always start all of these by making sure we have permission. So this time together is, we're going to be sending you beautiful, high vibrational Reiki energy for your highest and greatest good. And if you wish to receive this energy, just state yes quietly to yourself. We want to just quiet the mind by taking 3 deep and full breaths, fully releasing after each breath. So just take a big inhale. Release through the mouth. Just settling the mind and body. Go ahead and do that a couple of more times, just settling in, really getting into your body. And as you return to your normal breathing, as you inhale, visualize healing energy from the universe flooding your body with light. And then with each exhale, release anything that's not serving you in this moment. Just inhale light and exhale anything that's ready to go. Let you continue to do that, settling in more and more into your body. And as you do that, I am setting the intention that this Reiki energy be directed to you with the intention of clearing away any blockages to receiving intuitive messages from your higher self. So that may mean that this energy is intuitive. It'll go where it knows where it needs to go. So this energy may move to your third eye chakra. It might move to your throat. It might move to your heart. It's just going to intuitively know where it is that you need assistance so that your higher self can bring you a message. And as we do that, I ask and welcome your higher self to join us, to be a part of this beautiful circle. Your higher self has descended down. I'm going to ask your higher self to make adjustments to your mind, body, and spirit that are in your highest and greatest good to assist you with receiving an intuitive message. Wonderful. I'm going to use Reiki to help quiet the mind. Just ask this energy, this intuitive energy, to help quiet your mind, settle any nerves that you may be feeling, just relaxing you. And if you have a question that you wish to ask your higher self, you can go ahead and ask. If you don't have a specific question, then we'll just set the intention that you receive whatever message is that's for your highest and greatest good. And just remember that messages can come through as words, but they can be sent to us as images, feelings, or just simply information. Stay open to what wishes to come through in the way that it wishes to come through to you. And I'm going to just remain quiet for 3 minutes and just allow you time to connect to your higher self, ask a question, receive information, and if you feel called, you can journal your responses. go ahead and start to wrap up any messages or writings. Let's take a moment to give our thanks for the messages we received. Thanks for the energy that came through, the Reiki energy for doing what it does to assist us with clearing us, making it easier for us to access our intuitive abilities and our intuition. And you can just continue to keep your eyes closed when we're going to send some loving energy out into the world. And with your eyes closed, just visualize the planet in front of you. And then visualize your heart center glowing with love. And let's send that loving energy out to the planet. I like to visualize that loving energy as sparkles that just kind of snow down all over the planet. That love energy being absorbed by the earth, by the plants, the trees, the rocks, any insects, animals, humans that wish to receive it per their higher self are welcome to receive this loving energy from all of us. We ask that this energy bring peace and calm, comfort, love, whatever it is that all beings need. We ask that this energy deliver this to people, animals, plants, the earth, so that they may know and feel love. And just wrapping up the planet with love. And we will just set the intention that we're cutting cords, bringing our energy back to us, letting the earth move forward with that love energy that we've all collectively given. We cut those cords, coming back into our own bodies. And if it helps you to come back fully, to move your body, to stretch, wiggle your fingers and toes, coming fully back to your body. And as you come back, I'm just going to extend my gratitude to the Reiki energy, our guides, angels, helpers, higher selves, God, Mother Earth, all the beautiful beings that assist me with sending this energy out all over the world to all of you. So extending my gratitude. For anyone new to receiving energy, it's very important that you drink water to help you integrate. So be sure to help your body integrate by drinking plenty of water. And we have time if anybody wants to share what that experience was like for them. If they received a message, you don't have to share the message, but if you received one, you're welcome to. When I first started doing meditations to try to access intuitive intuition. I got nothing for a long time, and I have only been spiritually awake since 2019. And at that point, I really did not believe that I was intuitive or that I could receive messages. I desperately wanted to, but I couldn't seem to get anything in. And it took several times. And what I've learned since then is me desperately wanting to receive a message was blocking the messages. I was, I would sit there and be like, well, I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting anything. This isn't working. I'm not intuitive. So I was blocking the messages from coming in with all of my worries. So if you had that experience, it's not unusual. It's completely normal. It happens, especially if you're new to this. It does happen, and just continue to trust and practice and take breaths and calm yourself and know and trust in the divine timing of things that when it's meant to come in, it will come in. Okay. There are lots of times, even now, I'll ask for guidance and I won't get anything right away. And then I'll get it at a really weird time when I'm doing something else that's kind of mindless. So something where I'm not having to think a lot, which is like brushing my teeth or getting ready or taking a shower, something where I'm kind of on autopilot. I'm not thinking, I'm not working, I'm just doing my thing. What I was asking to know will drop in then. And what I believe happens is that just unintentionally I'm blocking it because I'm so worried about getting the message, I unintentionally block it. Even now, I can do that. So, if you had that experience, that's okay. I do believe that if you trust and stay open, you will get the message when it's perfect time for you too. You might be scrolling through social media, and then that message will pop up. You're like, oh, there it is. There's that message. They will get you the message in perfect divine timing when it's time. Okay. I'm going to look at the chat here. Keep doing what you're doing. Everything will fall into place. That sounds like a message to me. Forgiveness and letting go of what was done. Absolutely. Kim says the energy is so real. Thanks. Yes, the energy is real. It's not confined by time or space, which is when I first started doing distance healing, I was a nervous Nelly because I was really nervous about, is this going to work? But it does. It works just the same way as if we were in person together. So it's amazing. Not another message, not to second guess myself. That's a great message too, right? I think we all need those messages. And actually kind of reading these are messages that all of us need, right? So keep doing what you're doing. Everything will fall into place. Forgiveness and letting go. Don't second guess yourself. Those are messages that I bet every single person on here needs and will listen. And anyone who's listening in the future, I think these are messages we all need. So perfect. Thank you for sharing. If anyone has any questions, you're welcome to type it in the chat. But I love doing these lives and connecting with everyone. There's a great workshop tomorrow for anyone who's interested. It's only $11.11. And we're going to be talking about how to connect to the energy of nature. And yes, there's obvious ways that we could connect to the energy of nature, but there's other ways that we could do it too, so that we can receive grounding, energetic support all the time. Okay. And that grounding energy really helps us to get into our bodies. It helps calm the body, our mind. It does so much for us. It helps reduce inflammation. There's so many things that grounding energy does for us. So we'll be talking about that. And then we'll move into the energy healing piece, which is me going through and energetically clearing all of the chakras. I say prayers. We do all sorts of things to help you get back aligned between heaven and earth. All those chakras open so that you're feeling your best, and we get you so that you're nice and clear. So by the end of, I say it's an hour. It usually goes a little bit over an hour, but by the end of that time together, we're nice and clear. So hope to see you guys there. If you have any questions, of course, you can message me. But it's been wonderful to connect with all of you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for helping send loving energy out into the planet. I love that piece of doing these once a month because it's an important piece. We all need that. We all need it. Oops, let me see. I just realized I had my scroller up, so I was missing some of the comments. Okay, so someone says they're feeling a bit lightheaded. If you want to stick around, let's just do some grounding. Okay, let's just do some grounding for anyone who wants to receive it or is feeling like they could use a little extra grounding. So, see Oswald, if you're still here, let's do some grounding because it just may mean that you need to get back in your body a little bit more. When people are feeling a little lightheaded, it just means they're not fully back in their body. So let's just do some grounding for all of those who wish to receive it, helping you get back into your body. So if you feel any energy at your feet, that's just me pushing your feet, your energetic toes into the soil. And I would encourage you to take some deep breaths, just coming back fully into the body. And I'm going to ask your guides and helpers to participate and assisting me with fully grounding you. Okay. All right, perfect. I'm all right, checking back in. Everyone's nice and grounded now, hopefully. Sometimes we just need a little bit extra grounding after receiving energy. It's totally fine. All right. Lulu Bell made raw cacao rosewater chocolates, which I've never experienced, but that sounds amazing. They sound healthy and delicious and very, I don't know, something about that feels like spiritual goodness. Okay, perfect. All right. Cher is asking about free seats at the events. No, I do. They're $11.11, so there aren't any free ones. But I do have lots of free resources for anyone who's like, I need some energetic support. There's these lives that I do once a month here that are free. I also have a YouTube channel that is full of YouTube meditations with free Reiki. And we release one every week that is used. And we've been doing that for well over a year. So I think there's like 60 or 70 different Reiki meditations on there. It's under Sacred Soul 444. And then I also have a newsletter that goes out on the first of every month that is full of free information, free resources, free education, and lots of free good stuff there too. All right, good. You guys are welcome. Wonderful. It was really wonderful to connect with you guys. Thank you so much for joining. And if you are interested, there's a workshop tomorrow. And if you're interested in learning more about how to connect to your intuition, there's an Intuition 101 workshop in a couple of weeks, and that should be really fun. That one should be really fun. There isn't any energy healing with that one, but we're going to be practicing techniques together. We're going to be talking and practicing together. So I'm excited to do that one. So wonderful. It was so good to connect with everybody. I'm going to hop off, but as always, I read all the comments and I'll check in. And if somebody's watching this after the live and has a question, you're welcome to put the question in the comments, or you're welcome to send me a direct message if you want to keep it private, and I'll be happy to answer any questions I can. Or if I don't know the answer, I'll be happy to try to direct you to resources that'll help you. All right, wonderful. Put my tea down. It was so good to see everyone. Just sending you lots and lots of love, and I want you all to have an amazing day, and be sure to drink plenty of water. Even though there was only maybe 5 minutes of Reiki there, you still want to drink plenty of water to help integrate that energy. We cleared, we grounded, we did energy work. So you want to make sure you drink plenty of water today, okay? Yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's workshop too. I love it. It's super fun. All right. I will talk to you guys all later. Have a wonderful day.